Okay, chat. There's been some big news today. Rivals put out this tweet with a dev blog, which I'm going to read in a second. And says, "Hey Rivals, the first half of Season 1 is reaching its end, with the second half set to kick off on February 21st, 2025. Get ready to welcome two new superheroes to Marvel Rivals. The Thing and Human Torch. We knew that already, but now we know it's confirmed. It's February 21st. Along with the seasonal rank adjustments. We will be introducing additional rank resets, and these updates are expected to shake out the battlefield during the second half of Season 1. Check out the details here." All right, so here's the dev blog. I'm already a little bit, but let's read it first. "Hey Rivals, the first half of Season 1 is reaching its end, with the second half to kick off on February 21st, 2025. Get ready to welcome two new superheroes to Marvel Rivals, The Thing and Human Torch, along with some major balance updates. So if you didn't see, I did a video a couple days ago of like the small patch, and people were like big mad that there was no balance update stuff in there, and it was like, well, yeah, it's not mid-season, so that kind of makes sense. I didn't make a video on it, but maybe I should if people are interested. I feel like the honeymoon phase of Rivals is technically over. That's just what I feel. I've been enjoying the game. I've enjoyed the shit out of the game still, but just what I've been reading. These updates are expected to shake up the battlefield during the second half of Season 1. After careful observations and considerations, we've concluded that player ranks during the first half of Season 1 are the best indicator of their competitive skills within the season. So we'll be introducing additional rank reset to better align with the upcoming content and changes." Am I crazy, or are those two sentences at odds? I'll talk about rank reset in a second, but like those two sentences are opposites. Nope. They're saying after observations and considerations, we think that everyone's in a good spot for Season 1 so far, which I'd agree with. Top 500 is back into one above all. Everyone's back into one above all. I got back into top 500 the other day. I got back into like top 150, top 100-ish, and I'm gonna have a blast. It's the best indicator of the competitive skills, but they're also gonna reset the ranks. Interesting. Maybe they're lessening how much they're doing it by. Season 1 first half finalization and rewards. The first half of Season 1 will conclude on February 21st, 2025 at 8 UTC, after which all ranks will be locked in. Players at gold rank or above season high will receive a costume reward, and players at Grandmaster rank or above, along with the top 500, will obtain a Crest of Honor. Oh, that's why I grabbed this. Okay, so the Blood Shield Invisible Woman will be the skin. So as long as you've gotten to gold and ranked by the 21st, you will get that skin for free, which is cool. They're already giving out top 500 rewards at mid-season? That's interesting. I mean, I kind of like that, but still. But I like that because I'm in it. If I wasn't in it, then I'd be like, oh, you know. Season 1 second half rank resets and rewards. Ranks will be reset in the second half of Season 1, which starts on February 21st, 2025. Based on your standing at the end of the first half of Season 1, prepare for a drop of 4 divisions. That's less, I believe, right? I think it was 6 before. For example, if you end the first half of Season 1 at Diamond 1, you'll start the second half at Platinum 2. Oh, it was 7 before last season. Oh, okay. That's still... Okay, I understand why they do it. Like Apex used to do that always. Like they'd have mid-season rank resets or soft resets, but because it drives player engagement, it makes them play the game more. It gives you something to grind for, which Rivals having long seasons, it's kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie, it is smart, but you have to be careful because you can burn out your player base pretty quickly. At least that's my belief. Granted, my experience is more Overwatch. I played a lot of Apex, but like mostly Overwatch, right? And in Overwatch land, people liked the resets, but if you did them too often, people got really tired of them really quickly. The reason for that being is like you feel like you're on the treadmill grinding to GM, you finally get to GM, you get to your goal, and then you get pulled back down to the diamond or plat, and you're like, what the f? I just grinded all the way here, now I gotta do it all over again? It's like, rips it away from you, but it also makes you keep going, you know? In the second half of the season, we'll be rolling out new costume rewards for gold rank players, along with brand new Crests of Honor. These crests will recognize players at Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, and one above all, the top 500, each with its own unique design to celebrate your skill. Oh, that's pretty cool, because before it was Grandmaster to Eternity got the same thing, and then top 500 got a different one. Additionally, we want to ensure that Only players who take part in the current season's competitive mode can earn the corresponding rewards. Starting from the second half of Season 1, players will need to complete at least 10 matches in competitive mode to meet the required conditions to reclaim their rewards. Wait, what? Oh, I understand. So there'll be a new costume if you're gold and above. That's not the Invisible Woman one. This one's going to get given out, and then a new one will take its place. To get the new one, you'll have to play 10 more. That's more than fair. I think that's fine. That's fine. That just makes it so, like, let's say if you were GM and you get reset down to plat, you're not like, oh, I don't have to play any games because I'm already above gold. I got the free skin. I think that's fair. Future seasons and half seasons. Going forward, players can expect to kick off the start of each new season with a drop of 6 divisions at the start of the second half of each new season, with a drop of 4 divisions. Whoa. We will tune this as necessary. Wait. Going forward, players can expect to start each new season, so the beginning of the season, with a drop of 6 divisions, and then the mid-season, half of the season, will be a 4 drop. That's huge. Wow. So that's what, once every 6 weeks? 10 division drops per season, 1 every 6 weeks? Is that correct? Because I think they're 12-month cycle or 12-week cycles because it's 3 months. So, damn. Thank you for your passion and support, and stay tuned to our official channels about the latest news in second half of Season 1. So, for someone like me, who's a hard grinder and will play a ton, if you are like that, this is probably a good thing because it'll keep you on the treadmill, it'll keep you playing. If you are not, if you have a job, sorry, that's just the truth. I don't think this is great for you. Because it's gonna start discouraging you fast, right? Because like keeping up with every modern game, and you want to keep up, you want to play Elden Ring 1 week, and then you want to go play Fortnite for a week for the new season, and then like the new Overwatch season comes out. Maybe you probably don't want to do that. I'm just kidding. You'd probably do. You want to go try that, and it's like, well, now you didn't play Rivals for 3 weeks, and it's like, well, you got a rank reset since then, so you're back down in silver, but like the silver gamers are not the plat gamers who decayed down to silver, so it's really plat players just in silver with a different icon. The plat players have actually climbed back to plat. You're playing with actual silvers now. You're gonna be like, what the f? My teammates all suck balls, but I haven't even played I only haven't played for 3 weeks. What happened? I'm worried that'll burn people up pretty quickly. And apparently, one of my mods sent me this earlier. Apparently, I'm not alone in that line of thinking. Apparently, Reddit also thinks that. And so a lot of the comments here of like, please don't send me back to GM. I just got GM 30 minutes ago. Half season, bro. I had time to play and got to plat, and you're going to send me back again? Sending everyone to the gulag. I don't want to be dropped back to lobbies without bans at all. Or sorry, without bans, all because I don't have time to grind the game for the last 2 weeks. Wait, that's actually a really good point. If you're like a gold to like diamond to GM gamer, your experience is going to get way different. So, okay, I think I'm not going to start the conversation. Someone else can. I think you might have to start the conversation then if you're going to do this aggressive of seasonal resets, that rank ban or bans in ranked should be for all ranks. Like, don't get me wrong. The average player in silver doesn't know what they probably need to ban, right? Like it doesn't make sense to them. But like at the same time, it does make sense to them, right? Like they might think like, oh, let's ban Jeff because Jeff OP. Maybe that makes them feel like the game will be better for them. Or the opposite will happen. Well, they'll mimic high tier bans because they saw a streamer or YouTuber or ex-pro player ban these characters. So they just are like, we have to ban those characters. And they don't understand why they're banning those characters. They'll mimic it. This, to me, kind of makes it look like, shit, you're going to need to ban it for everything. You need more characters first? You see, we paralyzed ourselves with fear in Overwatch. That's what we did for years. That was the answer we had over there when we talked about hero bans. It was the wrong call. I would rather them see them swing for the fences and try to make big sweeping changes than be paralyzed with fear of what if, there's not enough heroes yet, we could do it in the future, we could do this, we could do that. Actually, wait a minute, hang on, how does that even make sense? Because there's already hero bans just in diamond and above. Wait a minute, why am I even entertaining this idea? You already have it. It already exists. It's in the game. It just put it up right down for everybody. Okay, one more, see if there's anything else juicy. This game should seriously do placements. The system thing is currently least like. Oh, true. Actually, if you're like a bronze or silver gamer, you probably bump into Smurf accounts more than anybody else. Because, like, you're not going to beat the Smurfs. Like, that's a thing. Like, every game has to deal with that issue. When you have placement matches, you only end up in like one of those lower tier lobbies like 1 game or 2 games because the system detects quickly like, okay, this guy's like way better than that. Instead of placing in bronze, you place in plat. It also discourages people from making content of bronze to GM or bronze to whatever. It then turns into unranked to whatever, which still, don't get me wrong, does really well, actually too well, but it makes it a little bit less enticing because people don't get as excited because they're not stomping bronze players. Just throwing that out there. One more click. I refuse to believe anyone above the age of 20 is okay with this change. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant by if you have a job. If you have a job, this is gonna be bad for you probably. Like if you're like a teenager and you have all day to grind. And that's the other thing too, like some of the most passionate people that you'll see on the internet, that's like life advice. If you see people on the internet, they're like super mega passionate about like some like gaming thing, right? Like on like Twitter or Reddit or something like that. It's typically like a teenager. Most people with adults, they kind of like, they want to know, like they want to like, they'll hear it from somebody else. They like want to know more about it, get informed, and then they kind of like just go back to life. And so I'm a little bit worried this might turn people off to the game long term. But so far they've made a lot of good decisions. Then again, from Overwatch experience, you know, we also sometimes didn't make these changes because, you know, the what ifs of like, oh, you might scare people away from the rank resets or whatever. And obviously where we are today is like sometimes those decisions paralyze us with fear. So maybe this is actually a good thing. And don't forget, chat. My stance on all Rivals stuff is I want to see Rivals do the exact opposite of whatever Overwatch did, because I am a bringer of chaos and I want to see the alternate timeline. This is the one chance we've ever had in our lifetime to see the alternate timeline. So personally, I'm down, but I do think it's probably not going to be great for most gamers who don't have time to play 40 hours a week. So it is what it is. But that is your Model Rivals Dev Talk 1.10, Volume 10, sorry. Jesus, can't read. And seasonal rank adjustments. So, cool.